This is a 15-minute beginning trampoline lesson / workout. It is so worth taking the time to learn this. It's so much fun. It's really easy on your joints, but it does take a little bit of effort to get the feel for it. So I'll usually say it takes most people about 3 times, 3 of these lessons to kind of get the feel for it and start feeling your groove. Some of you might get it faster and some of you might need a little bit more time. So be patient with yourself and just keep trying. If you feel like you're gonna like it, it just takes a little bit of time for your body to get used to it. So we're gonna start off the trampoline, and let's get our music going here. So move your trampoline off to the side if it's in the middle and you need some space. And let's get started. So really important, especially if you're brand new, that you warm up before you go into intense exercise. So we're just going to start with getting our knees warmed up, heels to the glutes, kind of letting your arms be loose and swinging those arms. Good. Let's plant those feet. I'm going to turn this side so you can see. Imagine someone's hitting you right in that hip crease. Bring your hips back and then stand up. So we're going for squats, making sure that our hips are creating that movement, not our lower back. Inhale down, exhale to push those feet through the floor. Good, we're gonna warm up our ankles. So I'm gonna turn back to the front. I just want you to take some circles, let your leg be like jello, and just roll, getting some movement through those ankles. Switch it up, take it the other way. Good, let's do the other side. So a few in each direction, just about like 4 to 6. And then let's switch it, take it the other way. Lastly, we want to warm up our hamstrings. So plant those feet, make sure you're nice and balanced. Kick it up only as high as you feel like you can right now. Remember, we're warming up, so that doesn't have to be high as possible. Our main goal here is that when you kick, there's no rounding through your spine. So stay tall, let that flexibility happen at your hips and your thighs, not at your spine. Let's go 2 more, and let's move that trampoline down and get started. So we're going to go through some of the basic moves and the things that you can practice to get the feel for it. So make sure you're level. Take your feet inside that white stitching and just try to start digging those heels in and pushing those feet right through your trampoline. Arms are loose, just let those arms swing. Good. You should feel that your body may tend to want to come up onto your toes. That's how you would normally jump on the ground. The trampoline, our goal is to stay low. So I would say, imagine it's like a mini leg press, and we're trying to push into it. Now, if it feels good, we're going to let those feet lift off a little bit. So now you're just going to do teeny lifts. You're probably going about 1 inch at the most off your trampoline. If arms feel better on your hips, keep them on your hips. If you've got that handle, just make sure we're not dumping our weight into your handle. I'm going to turn it to the side because I want to talk about your lower body, what positions we can be in. So our hips should be shifted back. We just want to make sure that we're not arching our back to get the hips back. So I have a little bit of a tuck and just like a squat athletic position. Other things you want to make sure is that as you're jumping, make sure those knees aren't going in and out. We want to use our hips to stabilize those knees. All right, are we feeling ready for some moves? Okay, let's do it. We're gonna start with front back. So I want you to just take little front back movements. Still trying to keep that whole foot pushing through your trampoline. Keeping those hips slightly back. Good. Remember, like I said, this is so worth figuring out. So if you're feeling a little wobbly, just go back to that bounce and stay here. Okay, while we're practicing this front back. So each of the moves have a name. Everybody says something different, but you'll learn my names through this video. And if you like more, you can get some more at the Mix Studios on demand. So big things. Trampoline works your core the whole time, but a lot of people aren't aware of it. So you should feel like a little bit of a bracing action going on to keep you stable through each jump. We want to make sure that even though I'm not trying to stretch way up. I'm thinking about that spine staying long and tall while I'm letting that tailbone kind of sit back a little bit. Really important on the front back that we stay in that white stitching. And like I said, keep those knees from going in and out. We're not doing this today. Let's just keep them nice and stable. Good. All right, what do you think? Ready for more? Okay, let's try some turns. Let's go right back to the beginning. Surfer turns are lower body moves, but our upper body stays in the front. So twist that lower body only as far as you feel comfortable. Coming back to the center. All to that one side to start with. Good. So once you get the hang of this, you won't feel so nervous about if you're going to jump off the trampoline on each move. But in the beginning, you totally do. And that's okay. All right, let's take it back to the center. Reset. If you're feeling good, let's take it to that other side now. Even out. I'm just letting my arms kind of swish back and forth. Like I said, we can have those hands on your handle. We can have those hands on your hips. Or we can keep letting them kind of swish. Good. All right, let's bring it back and make sure we haven't forgot our front to back. Front to back. So we're taking it slow today. As you get better at this, you can take up your speed. Even though it might not feel like it, because it's so much fun and it feels so much more enjoyable to me than running, they say that you can burn a lot more than when you go for a run. So if you do 20 minutes on the trampoline, that's equal to 30 minutes running. And weigh 40% less impact on your joints. All right, let's plant it in the middle. So this is our power bounce. So we've done power bounce, which is this, front, back, and we've done our surfer turns. If you're ready, you can go with me and we're gonna do some scissors. If you're not feeling like you're ready for the scissor, then just stick with one of those first two. All right, our legs are gonna go forward, backwards. We're keeping our feet under our hips, and we're keeping that knees bent, hips back position. Maybe a little bit more pump with the arms. Yes, good. Other reasons this is so worth it. So the jumping action activates your lymphatic system, so it can help flush toxins out of your body. Really important. So we got that scissor going. As you get comfortable with the moves, when you do my classes at least, you're gonna learn combos. So we're gonna put together 3 different moves and do them together so that your brain is working, maybe preventing some Alzheimer's as we're doing it, but it also makes the time go fast. It's so fun. Good. All right, let's go through all of them again. Plant the feet. Power bounce. Loose arms. We can always add in different arms, but I feel like right now, just focusing on the legs is our best bet. Okay, let's practice our front back. Stay in that white stitching, knees nice and stable. You should feel those hips and glutes working, as well as that bracing action with your core. Stop and take a break if you need it. Back to that power bounce. And let's scissor those legs. You might also hear this called skier. Same thing. Come back to it. Make sure that whole foot's pushing through the trampoline. If your calves or the bottoms of your feet are cramping up, for one, you're new to it, so give yourself some slack. But for two, you might not be getting that heel digging in. You might be too much on the front of your feet. So dig through those heels a little bit more. Looking good. All right, let's bring it back to that power bounce. We've got one more move. This one's a little bit more advanced, but just to try it out in case some of you are feeling good. And again, if you're not, stick with one of these other moves. So if you feel okay, we're gonna take up that one knee. So I'm pushing down, lifting, pushing down, lifting. Good. So both legs push down. I'm really stable through this one that lifts off. So this is where some of us don't feel very stable in the beginning. When you lift off and you're in that single leg position, that could take some time. All right, let's plant it, power bounce. Let's see if you can get it on the other side. Bring that other knee up. Remember, it might feel a little bit different from one side to the other. Pretty normal. We usually have one side that's stronger, one side that's more flexible. Daily life is not even. Looking good. All right, let's plant it down. Power bounce. You've got all the moves that we're going over today. We're just going to practice them a little bit more as we go through these last couple songs. Keep that power bounce going. Good, let's take it front back. Every once in a while, maybe you want to check down, look at those feet. Once you get the feel for it, you don't want to have to be staring at that trampoline the whole time. Good, let's take it to our turns. Plant those feet all to the one side. Remember, that turn can be a little bit smaller than mine if it feels good. Perfect. All right, let's plant it in the middle, power bounce, and let's take it to the other side. Looking good. All right, let's get those scissors. Take the legs forward, backwards. Should be feeling that body warmed up by now. Maybe you're taking a water break. Go for it. If you feel good, speed it up. All right, let's plant those feet. Knee ups all on this one side. Anytime you do a move, start with the lowest possible position. So maybe you're just barely lifting that leg off the trampoline, practicing that push on that leg that stays on. As you get better, maybe that knee coming up higher. All right, let's plant it. Other side. Take it lower if you need it. Use that handlebar if you've got it. Good. All right, let's bounce. Bring it down. If you're feeling good, go with me. We've just got maybe another minute in this song before we stretch it out. If you need to stop early, go ahead, stop early, but do some stretches before you end your total workout. Front, back. Yes, good. Good, let's go scissor. Pushing through that whole foot. Just letting those arms stay loose. Picking something that feels like you can focus on those legs. Good, I skipped the turns. Let's go back. Plant those feet. Turn it all to the side. You got it. Let's bring it center. Other side. All right. Let's plant it. Let's get those knee ups for the last one. All on the one side. Bring it down. Let's do the other side. Good. Power bounce. You did it. You've learned some basic moves that are in almost every workout, and you're kind of getting that hang of it. So just keep practicing this video or using those moves to your own songs, and then come back and try something a little bit harder. See how you feel. Let's stretch it out. Move that trampoline. Find something for balance. Let's grab your foot. Make sure that quad is nice and make sure that your knee is pointing down so that you feel your quad stretching. And let's switch. Let's do the other side. Your glute should be strong on this leg that you have lifted. It's going to help you get a better stretch in that quad. Good. Let's get our calves. If you've got a wall and you can bring your foot up, let's go ahead and lift that foot up and then slide your hip towards the wall to get that nice calf stretch. Holding that there. If you don't have a good spot for this, you can take your leg back and push that heel down towards the floor. Choose whichever one feels like the best stretch for you right now. Good, let's switch. Let's get that other leg. Relaxing those shoulders down away from the ears. Good, let's go ahead and hinge forward at the hips. Let that back stay nice and flat. Maybe your fingertips touch the floor. Maybe your hands are on your legs. We should feel that stretch now through the back of the thighs. Let's roll it up so your head is the last thing that comes up. Take those shoulders back. You did awesome. Come back, try it again, keep working on it. And like I said, when you're ready to do some more, check out the Mix Studios. On demand, we've got a bunch more that you can do.